It forces you to think about big questions: life after death, judgment, evil, and maybe the scariest one. How solid is my own faith when things get really weird or really terrifying? And filmmakers are smart. They use symbols we already know are powerful: crucifixes, holy water, biblical prophecies.
Things with built-in meaning.
Exactly. Even if you're not religious yourself, you feel the weight of those symbols. They're baked into our culture. That makes them potent tools for horror.
Okay, so if standard religious horror uses those anxieties and symbols, here's where it gets really interesting, like you said. A film focusing on Jesus Christ himself. That's not just using symbols around the divine. It's reimagining the central figure through fear. That feels like a huge leap.
It absolutely is, and that leap is what gives it this this dual potential, according to our sources. On the one hand, obviously it could be incredibly offensive, sacrilegious, even done poorly or just for shock value.
Sure, very usually.
But on the other hand, if handled with real care, real intellectual depth, it could actually be a bold, maybe even profound exploration, exploring our incredibly complex relationship with the idea of divinity itself. It can make us look at our beliefs in a completely new light.
Right. But the big question, the deep dive question for us today is how? How could a film like this even work, according to our sources? How do you take a figure of hope and put him into a horror context? Our research highlighted three really distinct, pretty provocative story paths. Let's unpack the first one. Allegorical horror. Picture this.
Right.
A small, maybe isolated town. Things aren't great there. Then a mysterious figure arrives. Charismatic. He claims to be the second coming. And at first, miracles. Sick people healed. Maybe a storm calmed. Hope returns. Seems like salvation, right?
Yeah, it starts like a redemption story. But what's fascinating here in this allegorical approach is the shift. It's subtle, unsettling. The horror isn't immediate, no jump scares right away. It's more like a creeping wrongness.
Okay.
Shadows that seem too long, whispers in empty places, and maybe the people he heals start acting strange, obsessed, unsettlingly devoted. Exactly. So the question for the audience isn't if he's divine, but what kind of divine? Is this really Christ, salvation, or is it something else? Something dark or old, or just wearing the mask of salvation, slowly pulling the town apart from the inside? That ambiguity, that line blurring between hope and something sinister, that's where the terror really clicks in this version.
Chilling. Okay, let's shift gears, the second direction. Psychological horror. This one turns inward. The horror isn't out there in the town, but inside someone's mind. A believer's mind. That sounds like it could be really disorienting.
Deeply unsettling, yeah. Because it attacks faith at its source, personal experience. Imagine someone deeply devout, a priest, a nun, anyone whose life revolves around their faith. They start having visions of Jesus, but they're not comforting. They're terrifying, confusing. Is it real? A divine message? Or is it hallucination, madness,